Okay, let's look at how we fix ball hop on X-Men. Specifically, anytime you've got ball hop, one of a few things is going to be happening. Whatever guide you have, which in this case is a metal rail, but can be a metal guide, can be plastic, whatever guide you have, either it's sitting in front or behind the flipper, so there's a transition point where they're not level, or there's too big of a gap here. And in this case, what seems to be the issue, at least on my machine and the other ones I've looked at, is that this guide is actually sitting a little too far. It's guiding the ball a little too far forward. And what you need to realize about a guide like this is that the ball hits it, or any guide really, the ball is riding along at one contact point. So if that contact point is dead center the way it came out of the box, it's going to be right in the middle of the ball. Ball's round, right? So it's going to be right there. And if we go up or down with that post, or with that guide, as the case may be, then it's going to ride up the curvature, which is actually going to lower the ball closer to the flipper. So since in this case we've got an issue with it being too high above the flipper, so it wasn't that dramatic obviously, but it's coming up here and dropping. So what we want to do is we want to either move it up or down, and the easiest thing to do is to move it up, because to move it down we need to take it out and drill the hole deeper. So to move it up, what I did, the easiest thing I found to do, you want to get something something pliant, something like, in this case I'm using a rubber playfield jack that I happen to have, and you're going to use that as your lever point, and then take a screwdriver, or I had a handy nut driver here, and you're just going to wedge this underneath, and you're going to give a little tension, and you're going to kind of wiggle it and work it up. It won't feel like it's doing much, but then you'll start to feel it give, and you don't want to get crazy with this. But I mean, worst case scenario, you're going to pull this thing out, right? So if you get carried away, you might take the plastic off first, just to be on the safe side. But you work that up a little bit, and once you get it up a little bit, all you're going to do is you're going to drop this ball and let it ride. And you're going to keep doing that until the ball rides smooth, which is where I've got it at now. It took me 2 or 3 tries of pulling it up a little bit to get it where I want it. And worst case scenario, if you get it up too high, the ball's going to be low, and then you're going to get bounced from the other direction. You can just take a mallet and knock it back down a little bit. But I've done